Welcome on to the Auburn Sports Forum, the Auburn Sports channel from a fan's perspective. I'm your host, Jeremiah Schumann. Hope you all are doing great tonight. See, we got one person in here, two people in here. We're going to wait and let some people come up in here before we start talking. But just let y'all know how this is going to roll. We're going to talk about that, whatever the heck that was that we just watched against Alabama, the Auburn-Alabama game. And then we're going to do a couple giveaways from last week that we missed one. So we have to do a giveaway, and I'll probably do another one a little later. Then we're going to talk about Byrum Brown a little bit and just kind of see where it goes from there. So hope y'all are ready for that. If you do me a favor, just if you're in the chat, go ahead and just put your city and state down there. I like to do that. I'm a truck driver. I like to see who I'm talking to. But yeah, just go ahead and put your city and state down there. That way I can kind of see where you're at. That's kind of important to me. That's why I'm doing this. Connect with Auburn fans all over. So anyway, let me get that pulled up. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. There's only a couple of you in here, but it's okay. I'm sure there's still a bunch of Auburn fans that are a little confused by what happened, and that's rightfully so. We should have never been put in that position, but anyway, I'll go ahead and put this module up here just because I have to have it on the screen because it's just the way it is. Alabama cheated, so what? Who the hell cares what happened, right? That's the way I look at it. I don't care about Alabama. They are getting away with murder. They beat us fair and square, I guess, except for Bidianco being on the team. Appreciate you, Squidward, being from Prattville, Alabama. I'll go through that all the time. But Alabama, just I don't know, man. It's such a hard thing to even talk about because they do whatever the heck they want and they get away with it. I mean, the NCAA should have never let them play. They should have never let them, never let him play until they got it all squared away with what they were going to do and how they're going to all figure all this stuff out. But when you really look at the game, Auburn controlled the game very, very well. Everybody shot well. I mean, we did exactly what we're supposed to do. Here's I'm pulling up the side-by-side comparison here, team comparison. You see, you got the team comparison over here. You got the only thing that's different, really, the difference in the game is going to be your three-point shooting from Alabama. They had their best three-point shooting effort of the season. Then the turnovers, they had way more than we did. And so I don't think they got as many points off the turnovers, but they definitely, it was all about possessions and they had more of those. So, but as far as everything else is concerned, I mean, like our field goal percentage was good. To be honest with you, our threes were good, but it's just when you have a 32%, that's really good. But then they had 52, so that was like I said, that was their best outing of the season. So, what do you do? That you can't really stop that. But at the same time, when you go back and watch the game, there are times where we just kind of left them wide open, and I don't know why the world we did that. I have no clue. They were even talking about in the game where people were, coaches were getting upset that we were leaving them so much room for threes. I mean, I guess we didn't think they were going to shoot them, but they did, and they that was the difference in the game. We didn't really technically do anything wrong, in my opinion, other than leaving them too much room for threes. And I mean, the turnovers were what they were, but I mean, it was a good all in all effort from everybody. I got one more graphic up here. Let me pull that up for you. Keys of the game, you got points off of turnovers. Auburn had 20, Bama had 6. And then your bench points was Alabama had 28 and Auburn had 7. And of course Bidianco, they had accounted for 12 of Alabama's 28. So those 12 shouldn't even count, but that's just my opinion because I'm an Auburn fan. 3-point attempts, Alabama had 23, Auburn had 28. To be honest with you, I mean, this is just kind of sad, to be honest with you, but when Alabama is sitting here shooting 52% from three, we just got done talking about that, and it's crazy how you have such a solid game and then they just come have the best 3-point shooting of the season. So, like I said, that was kind of the difference in the game. So I'm actually waiting for some more people to jump in here so I can do this. So I can do this giveaway. So anyway, if you have any questions about the game or anything you want to say about the game, go ahead and put it in the comments. Here shortly, I'm going to invite whoever wants to up on stage. Man behind the mic is here. He'll say he's got some stuff he wants to talk about or he wants to say. He's going to come up here as well. So anyway, I'm going to keep it short and sweet about the game. Just other than what we watched, it really, it is what it is. They outplayed us with the threes and beat us. So that is what it is. So let me go ahead and get in here. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this. Oops, wrong button. I'm gonna go ahead and do the dice roll here. You got. Go ahead and add that up there. There you go. You see the dice roller. We'll go ahead and roll the dice. This will be for how many times we hit the random button on the list of the people to see who can win the $25 gift card from Fanatics. So we'll go ahead and do that real quick. The number would be 7. So then we're going to go over to your random name picker. There it is. Sorry about that. And we have 3 people on there. Like I said, I'm going to do this a little differently now because it was like the same 5 or 6 people that were doing the trivia question stuff, and so I just kind of gave up on it. But I'm still giving stuff away on this show. That's why I'm going to do this a little different. But this one right here, these are the last 3 people that won on the trivia, and like I said, the number was 7. So we'll go ahead and shuffle this 7 times, and then we'll hit this little pick winner button. So here we go: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and pick winner is S. Nelson 1209. He is first time winner. And congratulations to him. I'll be contacting him on social media if he happens to be watching right now. If he sees this before I can find him, just go ahead and send me a message on Twitter. On TikTok with your name, your address, and your email. The email is how I send you the gift card, and I usually send you some extra little goodies from the show, just to say it's our way of saying thank you. Go ahead and so anyway, we have that done. We got that all squared away, so that's good. So we got. Let me go ahead and man behind the mic. You want to come up here? Are you ready? Okay. We got man behind the mic. So anyway, before we get into the football talk, like, did you happen to watch the basketball game?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of the ending of it. Just watching them blow another lead just frustrated me. They've done that time and time again. They've had trouble closing out teams, and they just keep letting people back in. That's been basically the whole season, really.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I don't know why they do that. I mean, against Alabama, we had no reason to lose to them. I mean, we really didn't. They really aren't that good of a basketball team. But I guess that's what happens when you play your rival. Anything's bound to happen. But anyway, is there anything else on your plate here that you want to say, or are we just going on to the next?
Go on to the next one.
Going on to the next one. All right, here we go. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is something I've been talking about all week, and I've kind of gotten fired up about it, and kind of gotten into it with a few people, not in a bad way, but just conversation way. But we got Byrum Brown is a special talent. I mean, everybody kind of already understands this. I'm going to go ahead and bring this up real quick. Byrum Brown, he is a special talent that's only done done something that only one of 12 quarterbacks have done. What's the 3,000 passing, 1,000 yards rushing gig there? Not easy to do. Takes a special talent to do that. I mean, if I didn't bring up the names here, but some of the names like what was it, Joe Burrow and Jaden and a couple other folks. I mean, they're big names. So to be in the presence of those kind of players, I mean, to do that is huge. But the one thing that I think that everybody's doing too much of is they're putting too much pressure on, or the idea of too much pressure on Byrum Brown, um, just kind of putting the whole team on his back. And that's not at all what this coaching staff is, not all is what this that's not how Golish does coaching with his team. I don't know how else to put it. The team is built around a very simplistic offensive play calling that puts stress on defenses, and it doesn't call for just one player to do everything. It calls for one player to do his job and the next player to do his job. And I will tell you, great defenses will tell you, great offenses will tell you that that's exactly how they won Super Bowls, national titles, whatever. Everybody did their job. It wasn't just one person. And I understand 2010, that was kind of caveat. You had like the best player in college football to ever play the game, to put a whole team on his back. And that's why it is what it is. And that's why it goes down in history as, I mean, the best college season ever put together. So I think that's very important. But as far as Byrum Brown is concerned, I just wanted to put out some realistic expectations for Byrum Brown, because if you expect him to just go out there and just latch on and just say, "Hey, all right, everybody, just kind of get on my back and let's go," and like that's not what he's going to do. He's here to be a presence of leadership that knows what he's doing and make good decisions. I don't know if you watched our football games the last couple seasons, but bad decisions seems to be what we do. And he is going to minimize that as much as he possibly can. But I don't know why I did put this on here, short leash. I don't think he's on a short leash. I think that if he gets out there and just screws around too much, I think possibly that something may happen, but that's not their expectation. But the opportunity is big for him because he did come here to do one thing, and that's display his talent, go to the NFL. I know he's probably looking for some accolades to boost him up on the charts, which I mean, hell, I mean, I don't know how much higher he's going to be. He's needing to go, but I mean, a good year here would just solidify everybody's opinion of him, and I think that that's extremely important. He does have he will have a lot of pressure on him to produce early, and not because everybody wonders if he can, but with the last several seasons we've had here at Auburn, I mean, it's going to be, you're going to have to put something on the field that looks productive, and he's going to have to produce. He's going to have to do his job, and he's going to have to do it well, and he's going to have to do it early in order for everybody to kind of calm down and be okay with everything. As I said, it's a heavy emphasis on efficiency, not a hero ball. Like, we're not trying to play hero ball. We're literally trying to let everybody do their job, methodically work down the field, and score tons of points, which Byrum Brown even said himself that in his interview that that's what they do. They score a lot of points, and that's what he expects to do. Before I go any further, let me – oh, sorry. There you go. Did you have anything to add to that before I continue?
I mean, I'm just excited to see him as an Auburn Tiger, as we all are. Just to see him run the offense. I mean, like I said, our offense is loaded, a little bit like I said. I heard the interview with Alex Golish. Like I said, the offensive line is going to be key to our success. So hopefully our offensive line that we brought in this offseason, hopefully that'll help Byrum Brown's efficiency, and then the running game as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and say hey to Rooster. He shows up every week, and we appreciate that. We know, me and man behind the mic, we have talked about this, what I'm about to mention. We understand that 6 o'clock on Saturday night when basketball games are going on is probably not the most ideal time, but we're trying to keep the show at the same time for the whole year. That way you know when we'll be here, and it's never going to waver. I understand some of the other people, they change it up and they go to doing lives during a game, and like we might do some extra stuff like that, but like we're always going to be here Saturday 6 p.m. Central Time, and we want to make that a staple because I think that that'll be a good time to do that. And if we ever feel like we need to change it up, we will, but for the foreseeable future, that's where we're going to be. But I just want to say hey to Rooster because he does show up every single every single week, and we do appreciate that. And he always puts that rooster up there for me to know. I think that's kind of funny. So anyway, we'll continue. But his realistic stat line for the season, upcoming season, 2,200 to 2,600 yards. That's really good. That's high level. Of course, that's not your 3,000, 1,000 gig, but hell, it's really high level. You got 16 to 22 passing TDs. Uh, that's an average. I think it easily could be well more than that because of this offense. Like I said, this offense is so easy to dissect as far as for Byrum Brown. It's an easy read type of an offense that does nothing but put stress on the defense, so horizontally and vertically. So, I mean, with his job being what it is, if we really have some success early, I think that number could be, I mean, it could be significantly higher depending on what we do. 8 to 12 interceptions. I think that's about right. I don't remember what he had last season. I think it was somewhere around 8, but 8 to 12 I think is about right. He needs to, like I said, he needs to protect the ball, make good decisions, and just not throw that many interceptions. But 8 to 12 will be okay. It's acceptable. Um, and as I just mentioned, kind of sort of leading into this, what does success actually look like? It's protecting the football and winning close games. Both of those are overly important for this football team because we didn't do any of that last season. But winning close games is huge because I think all of our losses last year was 7 points or less, except for maybe one. So that is a big one. Um, he doesn't have to save Auburn, and he doesn't have to win games by himself, like I said. So those are expectations that we need to just kind of get rid of at this point. Realistic stat line, other than his 2,600 yards, you have his rushing yards at 400 to 600, and rushing TDs is 5 to 8. Now that rushing TD thing could be a lot different as well, but with our running back room, I really don't know if it's going to be any different. I truly believe one of the biggest differences that we're going to see this season with a Byrum Brown is they're not going to run him as much. So that he will run, but he's going to run in situations where the pocket collapses. But I really think with 4 starters that we have on a depth chart on a running back room, there is no need to run this man just as a running play. Because I mean, last season at USF, he was the number one running back. I mean, they had design run plays for him. I think they'll still have a couple here, but back then it was like a major situation. He basically split carries with the running back, and that's not going to be a situation here, I don't think. I think that's going to catch some people off guard because I think that's why we have the depth we do in the running back room, because I think we're going to use them a lot. But he is good on his feet. He is good at improvising. So, I mean, if the pocket collapses, expect him to take off because that's kind of what he does. So anyway, that was kind of my little breakdown of Byrum Brown. I really, I really am excited about Byrum Brown. I really am. I think that he's bringing something that we haven't had since Jarrett Stidham. I mean, and that's someone that knows what the hell they're doing. Yeah, I mean, Bo Nix was here for a season, did all right, but he was learning. He still didn't kind of know what he was doing. Ended up being great, so I'm not really hating on Bo. But Jarrett Stidham came in from Baylor, and he knew what the hell he was doing, and he showed up and he showed out. So I think that Byrum Brown could do the same thing. Maybe look along the lines of, man, if he could look like a Jason Campbell, or if he looked like I mean, God forbid, like a Cam Newton. Like, I know that's crazy. Don't shoot me. I know if I say that name and compare anybody to him, everybody comes after me. So I just want to say that, it's very exciting to have a quarterback like that, especially with the offense that we got. And then when you really think about it, think about all the stuff he did last season and he overcame and the people that he beat with a subpar defense. And here, there's no subpar defense. We have one of the best defensive coordinators in the country. We have superstars everywhere on this football team. And I also want to mention that's something else we talked about TikTok. The superstar, not all superstars wear S's on their chest. There's tons of superstars on this team, and you're going to find out next season because I think part of when we're going to the season, I think part of the narrative going into the season is everybody doing their job. Everybody if you can do your job and trust the man to the right and the left of you to do their job, I mean that's what championships are built of. Just try not to do too much and just do your job. And I think that with on the offensive and defensive side of the ball, we have that. We have the ability to do that. So anyway, I'll pause for a second. You got anything that you want to say from what I'm talking about?
I'm just ready for the season to get started.
Yeah, that's 8 months away.
Yeah,
That's a long. It's a
unfortunately.
long. It's a long way away.
Yeah, but exciting times. I think I said this is we got loaded on both sides of the ball. So hopefully we can prove that and stay healthy as well. Just healthy and is very key to a good season.
I'll take a break here for a second. We, like I said, we haven't. We only got a couple people in here, so I'll go ahead and mention this while I'm taking a little break here. Let me go ahead and open this up. We are going to, when we can get more people in here, we're going to have some giveaways. I've got um, I've got little poker chips with my QR code on the back of them. It takes you straight to my page. I got stickers. And the other thing that I'm going to be giving away here in the near future is I have thousands and thousands and thousands of Auburn uh, football cards and baseball cards and basketball cards. And I have many that are worth a good bit of money. I mean, they're, and I'm actually going to give good ones away, and I'll give like a pack of, mediocre ones away. I mean, but they're all good, football, baseball cards. I mean, big names, little names, all the names y'all enjoy, autographs. I mean, all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to be giving stuff away. So I just need y'all to show up at 6 p.m. Central Time right here on YouTube, because instead of doing the random giveaway, I mean the random trivia question winner drawings, I'm going to do something on here while we're live. We will figure out a way to do a random drawing on here and do giveaways that way. So I just kind of wanted to mention that before we went any further. The only other thing that I have on the agenda, really, to be honest with you, is having someone come up on screen and talk. I don't know if there's enough people in here for that to happen, but if there's anybody in the chat or in the comment section in the chat room that wants to come up here and talk for a few minutes, we had a great conversation with, I don't even remember that gentleman's name last. I'm blanking right now, but he was very knowledgeable and just amazing guy, good Auburn fan, and we had a great conversation for about an hour. He did with me and man behind the mic here, and it was just a really good conversation. Hang on, I got to get on over to my YouTube. I don't know why every time I get on here, for some reason my nose starts itching. I don't know why that is. Let's see. Go here. Waiting for the chat to pop up. There we go. We'll go ahead and pin that to the top. And like I said, the show that I'm doing right now is basically, hang on, there it goes. Okay, we'll add him back. There we go. It's basically for y'all. I mean, like, I'm here to give y'all some basic information, but it's really to talk to you, to be honest with you, to get you up on panel with us and we talk Auburn, and I mean, to give your opinion on some stuff. I mean, that's all welcome here, and that's really why I do this. So I just want y'all to know that I'm not really. I mean, I give away all my information and stuff that I know on my TikTok page. I do it daily, and like, this is not really for that. This is, I mean, I do it here, but at the same time, it's really just to talk to people. It's really cool when people come up here and just have a good old conversation. Um, oh, good. Rooster says not the first time that he's heard Byrum Brown's name brought up and mentioned with cams. Yeah, it's pretty easy to do, especially when you're talking about their size. I mean, they're pretty much the same size. Cam was just a hair bigger, and I mean, to be honest with you, there isn't much difference. The only difference I know is that, you know, uh, Byron Brown was a lot smaller guy when he came out of high school. He's like 195, which I think is crazy. I heard that the other day, and I thought that was a little nuts. So anyway, let's see. Go. I guess we can go over here to on three for a minute. Let's see what we got over here on three. If I can. There it is. see if we got any information there. Oh yeah, that was the. Now this is. I did not watch him play last year, but they're talking about here is his Nakai Davenport, the starting running back for USF. Um, just being a great addition. When I saw him, I thought he was going to be an extreme, depth piece, but I think he's going to get some significant playing time. I really do. If anybody gets hurt, he might get way more. But he ran for 611 yards and 7 touchdowns, and that's only because Byrum Brown ran for just an incredible amount. So, but I just wanted everybody to know that this Nakai Davenport kid is no joke. I mean, we're talking. I believe the way the depth chart's going to run right now is Jeremiah Cobb, and then Bryson Washington, and then Nakai Davenport. A lot of Auburn people want Mabson to be up there. Mabson, I don't think is going to get much touches unless someone gets hurt. That's my. I mean, I think he'll get some playing time, but I don't think he's going to get as much as possible. I don't think as much as they want him to. Sorry about that. That's what I meant. But the running back room is so tied to what they do with Byron Brown, and I don't think they're bringing in 4 starters, telling them that they're going to run the quarterback and that they might see the ball occasionally. I don't think that's the case. So anyway, anybody want to put anything in the comments? I can answer the questions. Man behind the mic can answer the questions. If not, this is going to be an extremely short show. And that's okay because, like I said, we're growing, and this is some of the stuff. Because I'm telling you, our first couple of shows were out of the park, but that was right before basketball season, I believe. Before basketball season got kicked off, so we'll just have to wait. We can see if anybody says anything. 5 people in the chat. I don't think they're saying anything. Yep. Well, today's a bad Saturday, right? So, on a better note, I have to go to work tomorrow. So, yay. I'm excited. I've been home for all of 24 hours and I get to go back out and go into the workforce and do more work. So, that'll be great. So, anyway, do you have anything else before we get out of here? Because, like I said, I just had some information to put out there. I put it out there. We talked about the basketball game, as I call them, the cheating ass, Alabama Crimson Tide with their basketball team. So here we go. Yep, everybody's at Mardi Gras, absolutely. Plus, you have the Super Bowl tomorrow and everything. So, like I said, I'm not too worried about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I get it. It's all good. But so you good over there?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good to go. All right. Well, I guess because of all the stuff going on, I guess we'll call it a show. And next week we will plan on being here for an hour or better. Hopefully, we'll get more people in here like we did last week. Because, like I said, last week was amazing when that guy came up. Man, he was just extremely knowledgeable. That's a lot of fun. And I do want to reiterate that's what this show is for y'all to come up here, talk to us. And I'm sure the closer we get to maybe final, the tournament, the basketball tournament, maybe when we get closer to football, whatever, that will be more people in here. So. Who's this right here? Hang on. He says that he hopes that Seattle wins. Everybody's saying that. I mean, everybody is so. I mean, everybody thinks. I mean, I guess everybody still is kind of picturing Tom Brady being the quarterback for the Patriots. I think because you just hear Patriots in Super Bowl and it just doesn't sit right. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it is. So let's see. So all right. Well, like I said, I appreciate it. I'm just going to go ahead and call it an evening, and y'all have a good one. Poor damn Eagle.